Hi everybody, welcome to Brenda's Redneck Kitchen. First of all, you need wine, cookie cutter, an egg, spoon and a fork and a brush, scissors, and most importantly, a box of Pillsbury pie crust. There's 2 rolls in a box. First thing you do is take this out of the refrigerator and let it come to room temperature. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. We've rolled out both doughs to make them bigger. They come out as a roll, but you need to roll them out to be a little bit bigger on a floured board. We've put this set of 18 from the first sheet on a piece of parchment paper. We also have applesauce. This glass of water will serve an important purpose. Some coarse sugar and a little bit of cinnamon, and here's what's important. We'll get right back at you, but first, the first thing you want to do is put an ever so portion controlled dollop of the applesauce in the middle of each one of these little pies. If you put it too close to the edge or put too much in there, they'll be ugly. So we're going to dollop this on each one of these and get right back at you. So what we have is a decent amount of applesauce, but not enough to make too big of a mess in the center of each one of the cutouts from the first roll. Here's an important step and why we have water. You must at this point dampen your finger and dampen the edge. Don't worry about being hygienic or any of that crap. Just do that. Get every single edge a little damp. We're going to do that and get right back at you. And now, of course, we're going to display our second pie dough cutouts. And we are going to lay them gently on top of each of the bottom ones and press with our dry fingers just a little bit, like that. Lay it on top, press it down. That's why we put the water on there, so that it would stick. This one's probably going to blow up. And then after we do this, we'll do this all around the whole sheet. Then we will take our fork. And sometimes if you just put a little flour on it, then we're going to press the edges of each little pie where our fingerprints are around, like so, with the fork. We'll do one more. We're going to do all the pies. We're going to press the top piece down to the bottom with our fingers. We're going to go around it with our fork, and then we're going to take a knife and we're going to cut a little. I actually like to use scissors. We're just going to cut a little steam hole in the top. I like to put like that, like a little pie steam hole in the top of each one. We're going to finish this and get back to step 4 later. So now we have a sheet of cookies that have been crimped and are vented. At this point, we're going to put a little water in a bowl with an egg, like just a dash of water. We're going to mix that up. We're going to mix up the water, and we're going to put an egg wash on these things. And the reason why I'm doing it not on the cookie sheet and just on the counters, because it gets messy. So we're going to just a quick egg wash. What this does is that it makes everything shiny and bakes better, and it's going to hold our toppings that we're going to put on there in a minute. So I'll do this and be right back at you. We're about to put these suckers in the oven, but before we do, the Clark applesauce is kind of light on the cinnamon. So if you want a little bit more cinnamon, we're going to make a mess here instead of on the cookie sheet. And just here, put it in your hand. Probably too much. And then just dust a light amount of cinnamon on them. Some have more than the others, who cares? Then we're going to top this with some coarse ground sugar or the the sprinkles. Very coarse ground, that's gonna give them some crunch. So I don't know what I think like that. Look at the mess. And that's what we don't want on the cookie sheet. That's why we did it off the cookie sheet. Okay, then what we're gonna do is slide these puppies off of the dirty area. And I mean, I could do it in one thing, but I'm not going to. So we're just gonna pick them up, put them there. Look how pretty. And we're gonna bake these at 350 degrees, and I'll tell y'all in a minute how long. Okay, they're in the oven. That's what they look like on the cookie sheet. 350. I'm gonna start it off with 20 minutes, and we'll see what happens more later. Okay, it ended up being 25 minutes at 350. I'm gonna slide this piece of paper right off the tray onto the counters to stop the cooking because the tray's still hot. And they're much better when they're warm, so you might want to not bake them quite that long so that when you're ready to eat them, you can stick them back in the oven for a few minutes. Enjoy. Final video. They're sitting on the paper on the counter, cooling off that way. You can tell they're done because they make a crispy sound, and the bottom makes a scratchy sound. If I left them on the cookie sheet to cool, they'd be overdone on the bottom. All right, there it is. And don't forget the wine. Cheers.